My life is pain. All I have is pain. Is this another, like, son of Dracula? What's going on here? Oh well. I can't even climb this. The vaulting could not be a lesser used feature. Anyway. I don't know how high I need to go. This should be enough. Goodbye. Back to soul form. There we go. I'm going to try, and we'll see how well it goes, because it's really convoluted. I mean, in like their totality, it's convoluted. I'm gonna see how many storylines and quests I can do. And step one is to try to get every world to pure white world tendency, which you increase the world tendency. There's an item over there. You increase the tendencies of each world to be lighter by killing bosses. You decrease it by dying in human form. So that's the trick that I don't think I've ever actually used before. But the trick to avoid that is just to just fucking die. Just fucking die all the time. Hello. You guys weren't here before. Neither of you were here before. But yeah, the trick is just to jump off a cliff and die. And then do that in the nexus. Because you're not in one of the worlds, so none of them get decreased. And now I'm in soul form. So all I have to do is play the entire game with 75% of my health, which is a bummer, but we'll get through it together.
I have sinned. I swore allegiance to Saint Urbain, but was of no use to him. And now I have run away and abandoned his augustness. O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself. Oh, August One, I hesitate to imagine your present state. Deep within the darkness, where no light shall ever shine, will you continue to pray, even in such misery? Oh, August One, I hesitate to imagine your present state. Deep within the darkness, will you continue to pray?
August One. Someone's described for the value of their augustness. What?
Oh, you must be another disciple of God. I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord. May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth. A miracle is a heavenly act, but spells are the acts of demons, the work of soul arts. They have similar effects, and yet one is clearly evil, and the other is clearly good. Magicians, in the end, are mere servants of the demons.
Never trust someone who gives you obvious answers. One is clearly evil and one is clearly good, because, you know, because it feels like it.
A miracle is a heavenly act, but spells are the acts of demons, the work of soul arts. They have similar effects. Magicians.
Would you like some miracles? What does it take to... Has not been learned, not currently attuned, cast with a talisman. Definitely never hurts to just have a heal lying around.
I see. You wish to train yourself in stoicism. Very well. I pray we meet again.
You don't know me. What is my faith stat? It's at 11. Because it's a really evened out character. It would not hurt to learn that. Just to have a heal lying around. Whoops. Almost used the Phalanx Demon Soul, which is a unique soul that we don't want to spend. Okay, I've consumed my physical souls, and I have... If that 9 wasn't there, I'd have a very special gamer number. We were at 13,000.
Oh, fellow, this
5,000. Jeez. Is it worth it?
I see. I pray.
Alright, let's be rude to him.
Do you seek the power?
Oh, he doesn't give a fuck. You just walk away and he's like, okay, whatever. Okay, so the issue is that healing doesn't regenerate. Or mana doesn't normally regenerate unless you have a special thing equipped, I believe. And I don't have very much of it, so I feel like it's going to run out maybe even in just one cast. And it won't get any better unless I invest more resources into it, which I probably won't do.
Back in the time that I lived below Boletaria Castle, King Allant left on some strange business, then returned with horrible demons in tow. Soon, the land was ravaged by soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived. If I did not have my miracle stone shard...
You've gone and died, have you? If you die here in Boletaria, your soul will return to this temple. Well, what'll you do next? Give up? That's what I did. I think I just lost my nerve for this kind of thing.
They always have the guy that just can't take it anymore. Didn't he get like a redemption arc in one of these games a little bit? He's like one last hurrah.
Are you here to face the demons? If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Latria. I will help you, however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone.
There's a really interesting causal relationship in this game with stats. And while my character has awkward starting stats for when it comes to actually specializing in anything, one of the upsides is that everybody just shows up. Because yeah, if you need to have like I think 10 faith and 10 intelligence in order to have these two NPCs show up. Otherwise, I think they just don't even appear, and you won't even know you're missing them.
Master Frake is a great man who has systemized the magic of the soul arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing the state of Boletaria and the demons within it, he is likely to pave the way for greater things. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible.
Why'd you say that so strangely? And here's a bunch of magic. It's all flashy and pretty, and also trivializes this game hilariously. Like, spellcasting has almost always made the the Souls franchise and so on too easy. But holy shit, Demon Souls is its own thing.
I see. Suit yourself. Just ensure that you rescue Sage Frake as quickly as possible.
It's amazing these guys are split up on opposite sides of the map because one of them sees the other one as a backwards fool and the other one sees the first one as like an evil magician that is bringing doom upon us, and so they hide at opposite ends to not face each other.
What was that about? Running off like that?
She's still mad that I walked away earlier. Alright. We don't need any of this extra weight in my inventory. And these are just some trash items. That might be better, actually.
Rest assured,
Oops.
your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you.
$170. So same attack value, same defense value, less durability. Oh, more than double the weight. Don't love that. I'm not necessarily planning on hitting people with it.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings.
I can't get up over how many duplicates I have here. And he won't even let me use the ragged clothes. It makes you wonder why they're even in the game. If they're restricted to a particular gender, it's like, well, I'm not playing as that one, and I don't think I can like meet somebody that's that gender and give it to them or anything like that. Let's store the demon soul so I don't accidentally spend it.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
I'll prove you wrong. Just watch.
The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
We gotta do that first. Then let's head on upstairs. It might have always been like this. It's perfectly possible that it's just hard to remember how the early game goes. Like how there's just doors that are locked at the beginning or something. I just don't remember that door that was here. There's items waiting about.
We have long awaited you, slayer of demons. I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world, lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the nexus, and prohibited the soul arts.
Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
By the power of the monumental, the four sealed archstones have been unlocked.
Now it is your turn. You must lull the old one back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden? Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The old one, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom. We neutralize the old one and ban the soul arts. Then we spread the archstones, and in order to mend reality, monumentals we became. However, man's memory of history is ever short, and before long he repeated his mistakes. The monumentals perished, and the archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted King Allant once again roused the old one.
They're usually really good at these, like, grand, horrifying visuals. Reminds me of, like, the handmaiden reveal in 3, I think, of what's next door. Hey, we're the Monumentals. We hold all of reality together. Anyway, one of us is alive in total. Look how many of us aren't. And it's just dozens and dozens going around this entire room, and you're like, oh, fuck. This is the last gasp of a dying world, and it doesn't feel like you fix it that much by... there's even multiple floors of them. You don't really get the sense that you can really even save this place, even if you do your best. It is a lot. Did you think there'd be a hint? Oh, these are surprisingly detailed things they can say. They're snarky. There are so many dead. Touch door to Pantheon. Is it the PvP door? I feel like it never worked before, or maybe it wasn't there? I think I specifically remember that I did the playthrough 4 years ago because they were talking about shutting down the servers for Demon Souls. So there's like a community resurgence to spend time with the game before it went away. And then they ended up not doing that, I believe. I believe they just kept it up. Maybe that long-term community surge might have even had something to do with why they suddenly ended up making a remaster for the PS5.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Pray prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber.
Eye stones briefly connect diffused worlds. Should you lose your physical form, remember the eye stone. The Black Maiden manipulates souls within human prowess. Her strength allows her to aid slayers of demons. Is that all new?
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls?
Yeah.
Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me. Let these vagabond souls become thine own.
Thine faith be mended.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
No!
Soul of the lost, withdrawn
Okay, no.
from its vessel.
Souls just says red.
Let strength be granted.
A red number is shown to say that you have decreased your soul count. But showing a red number on a level up screen at the experience value just tells me that I'm out of experience and I already can't level again. I was like, what do you mean I can only get one level? What are you talking about? I can get 12 levels, oh god. That is a chunk. I can increase my health by 50%. Maybe not quite that far though. I would like to increase my damage. I believe it won't happen at all right now. Yeah. That's not ideal, but we'll try to get there. Stamina, equip burden, and resistances. It is nice that stamina and equip burden are the same stat. Allowing you to increase your stamina meter and also how much you can weigh without getting too heavy at the same time. Wow. Next one's going to be a bit more expensive.
Myself. I'm only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. I keep the candles lit and serve the... Art thou finished? May thy strength help the will be mended.
So the world might be mended.
Oh, good day to you. I can forge weapons for you for a fair price.
It does have descaling with dex, which is technically better, although I think its starting damage is pretty crap at 65. I gotta go find an actual dex weapon somewhere. I have no idea where to get one exactly. So for now, I'll probably have to deal with, let's see. Oh, the scimitar is 80. It has better dex scaling. Hang on a minute.
I can tell you're not going to lie.
Is it time to switch? So it's less good at blocking, but that's not what I'm here for. It's less heavy. It has better scaling with dex, worse scaling with strength, which seems to even out in a way where it doesn't actually end up changing its damage value. But in the long term, it'll hopefully scale better. I can put these gloves on without passing 50 now.
I can forge weapons for you.
So can you upgrade the scimitar for 2 of my stuff? Probably worth doing for now. Till better options arrive.
Do come back alive. I need your business.
Wow, I feel so loved.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your...
Blah, 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 blah. You start to feel like a dick, but you're like, okay, do we have to have this conversation every single day, though? I just need to pick something up. There you go.
You have a heart of gold.
Don't let them take that from you. I'm still used to the way it's said in the first time around. Okay. You can kind of see an issue here, right? So I jumped off a cliff to preserve my white soul not soul tendency, world tendency. But that's how you get invaded also. If you want to summon friends or be able to get invaded and engage with the multiplayer, you have to be human. But the game mechanically incentivizes you, if you want to experience the different narrative arcs and stuff like that, to not be human. Because if you're human, you can die in that world and permanently damage your tendency, since you can only make it better by killing bosses, of which you run out. There's only a few bosses. Oh! It sucks here! Ah! Hello. There you go. Now. Not altogether ideal. Okay. So we're not going to be using Stone of Ephemeral Eyes for most of this playthrough, probably. I have way more health than before, thankfully, which helps offset how much we lose from being in soul form. And that's a dead horse. Sorry. About your everything. They do not take it well. Ah, shit. Out. Dick. Anybody drop anything? Not this time.
Hello, look at me. Again, fenced in by enemies. Could you assist me one last time? Clear out the soldiers blocking this passage, if it please you. The Lord's Path, just over there, is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
You've done gone and goofed it up, bro. All over again. Oh, someone's back there in a different world. Items! That's way better incentive to get here. Yeah, I'll be right there in a minute. I swear, every single time I play this game, I immediately make the same mistake, and then I remember in that moment all the other times I've made that mistake, which is that there's an item right in front of him, so you want to walk up and press X to pick it up. But X skips dialogue. So I skip his first line of dialogue every playthrough, because I'm trying to pick up the item, and they made X skip dialogue, even when you're not locked into the conversation with them, and it's like essentially ambient dialogue that he's just saying at you without you initiating a conversation. Womp womp. Hi. Cool mountain, bro. Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page about hating each other right now. Here's that guy. How you dealing with the whole thing? So begin the danger chapter. This is stressful. They're like, you want these items, right? Well, stopping for these items is gonna get you killed. That might have been too much already. I might already die. Danger? Ha 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 ha. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. God damn it. Ugh. Damn it, I slightly missed picking it up. That cost me a precious second. I should have run all the way back at that point and just committed. Crescent, Moongrass. Yes, please kill these guys for me, Mr. Dragon. Or ignore me, that's also cool. That's a cool thing for you to do. Oh god. Yay! 119 free souls, thank you. I'm not doing that. That place is way more debris filled and hard to navigate. Now I've got murders to do. You, okay. Never attack twice apparently, because he blocks again too quickly. Ow. It's a good thing the dragon's too dumb, I guess, to attack me up here. Since he's clearly mad at me. But he only can see that one strip of the entire world of demon souls. You having fun there? He's kind of an asshole, isn't he? It kind of looks like he has a V of fire. Am I imagining that? Coming out of his mouth? I think he does. I think he has I think he has 2 flamethrowers in his mouth on the left and right sides, and he's launching 2 jets of fire that combine into each other to make the overall thing. It's like a really specific interpretation of dragon fire that you see sometimes. A lot of times it just looks like it's coming out of their throat. Like deep inside, they just have a forever fire. The shield is the best option. Yep. Time for the hardest enemy in the franchise, in the history of the franchise. Whatever dog the game has. Or am I going the wrong way for that? Is it the other way? Hello. Oh, yep, someone's out there. Don't want to be surprised. Hi. Wow, that's a lot of you guys. There's so many of them. I don't remember there being so many crossbowmen here. You forget so much as time goes on. I think this is supposed to be a pretty one-to-one remake, so I assume stuff like this is all the same. What a mean hallway. The Blue Eye Night Curious. Hey, that's the blue face smoke guys. Are you all? You're also in soul form, aren't you? That's why you're all radiant, I guess.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it.
Dark Moongrass. He just gives you healing items.
This is bad. Not a single person left. Why on earth? How did this happen, noble father?
Yep. So he's King Allant's son, and he's returned to home to find that nobody is sane anymore. Which, once again, supports the idea that this game takes place over a relatively, finite time window. So did they just not have groundskeepers? was the whole place just getting overgrown regardless? And here's how we avoid the shittier part of this place. That one stretch is so... if I remember correctly, it's really hard to get through alive. I was ready-ish for you, but not ready enough, apparently. Ooh, waterfall. I almost said waterfly? I don't know why. Look at that landscape out there. Oh god, I just had Game of Thrones flashbacks. And not in a good way. Hi. Die. Oh, here they come. Oh, they're big boys. Fuck. Oh, they make sad dog noises. Why'd they have to be more realistic now? I almost fell in the hole. What do you look like up close? He's like jumping around all weird. What's up with his face? Is that just blood? Oh, he's got like an... does he have an armored face? Do you have armor on your face? Can't get a good look at you. Oh, they do. Look how realistically their fur moves around and stuff. Yep. They've got dive into your face, like face weapons. You guys are nightmares, aren't you? You can see all the individual fur moving around. Of course, it's like relatively sparse fur, but the movement's there. Those face weapons are a nightmare. To death with you. To death with you. It's actually really hard to make them fall off, apparently. There's your universe explanation for why they do so much damage when they dive into you. I don't remember if that's new or not. But it makes sense. They're just jumping at you. And they don't really like bite you and thrash. Hey there, friend. No more surprises?
Ah, we meet again. Fancy that. Hope you find something that suits you.
I think the Claymore might be new. I think the bottom stuff is new, but it's not much.
It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. Hard times, eh? I'm sure you'll turn things around.
I like this. I like this detail. They're good at taunting you with Metroidvania style teases. You're like, there's an item there. How the fuck do I get behind that? That's just like a core thing. That's how they tease you forward constantly in these games. There's always something out of reach, you know, and you're just wondering, like, how does this environmental puzzle box work? Or, like, how do I end up going in that direction? And sometimes it is semi-Metroidvania, not an ability, but like a key somewhere elsewhere in the game, then you come back. And sometimes it's just, you gotta think about how the 3D space would be laid out and how best to end up somewhere else. Hello, douchey ambush. Ow. I still fell for it. Why, oh, why didn't I just turn my camera? Or my shield? Whoa, he's really fucking close. I probably could have swung my weapon at him. That would have been really funny, actually. And there's items waiting, so you want them. But that long stretch of fire, you're not going to get in and out of that safely. Maybe the closest one, but that's it. He's moving fast. I don't remember if people, like, shoot him. Seems improbable. I know people go for the Hellkite Drake in Dark Souls to get the Not the claymore, but the other weapon. I was trying to restore my stamina carefully between volleys of attacks. Yep, I delayed. I hesitated for too long. You ever hit a wheelbarrow and the whole thing just fucking explodes? Samesies. Nope. Here, let's do this. Flame resist ring? What? Did I just do that? Can you just dodge roll through the fire? I'm not immune to fire, right? It's just increased resistance. Like, what's my resistance at? 115. It's like, it's okay. Is he coming back? I'm pretty sure I dodge rolled through the fire, which means that the fire is just like an attack. Like, obviously it's an attack, but it means it works like a swing of a weapon type of attack. Am I crazy? Did that just happen? My spiked shield. Back to you. I end up with some questions here, you know what I mean? So they put a black ashy floor which shows you where the attack is, but they set up all these defenses here, and those defenses aren't like wiped out by the fire. So they've reset up those defenses, I assume. Ow. No. No. You dickheads. Well, that's a pain. Thankfully, this is a very tiny level once you're not exploring it anymore. One of them hit, yep. I was worried about my health, so I was trying to think about how I was going to get out of range enough to heal before they caught me again. Then that happened, and now if I fuck up and die, I lose all my shit. Let's try not to do that. On one hand, you kind of feel like you might have the most time to run for it before the first attack, so it's tempting to just go for it. But that can be a false sense of security. But on the other hand, also, all this debris is in the way. How are you gonna get past all that debris, bro? Meanwhile, the fire wipes out all the debris while giving you the health up, all the souls. Ow, ow, ow. Fucking stop it. Fucking stop it. Dickheads. Is there a flame guy back there? I feel like it doesn't end well for you, flame guy. Is he coming? It's no big deal. The secret is just to not get hit. So just be good at video games and don't get hit, dummy. God. You would have died if you didn't get hit. Pro tip. Ow. Shit. Ow. There we go. You just gotta be aggressive. These assholes go down if you're aggressive enough. They're backing off towards the other one. But yeah, I'm definitely noticing this playthrough. I don't know if I noticed it before. That you can just pummel these guys down and they go down. They don't respond well to heavy attacks. They just don't. They basically just don't block them for some reason. Not really sure why. So I just two-hand it and just go for it. Your shield is meaningless to me. Oop. Bye-bye. I remember when I thought those guys were hard. Maybe I've never noticed this trick before. Is he coming back? Fuck, 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 fuck. No! It's so stressful. Stop it. Okay. We're good. That guy had a unique looking piece of headgear from somewhere else in the game. Appears to be locked. This side, less so. Am I gonna see my first crystal lizard? Yeah, buddy! Die, you little punk. Why are you so hard to kill? Holy crap. He's so glittery! And now we stock up on everything. I am kind. What do you mean? Wait. Is that a Game of Thrones reference? I think that's a Game of Thrones reference, actually. I'd have to double check. Game of Thrones, I am kind. We are stocked up on hard souls and soft souls. If anyone's not caught up on this, soft souls are the stuff in the top right corner. These are not official names. It's stuff that I lose if I die. Hard souls are in my inventory, and so they're safe. And I manually use them when I'm ready to spend them. One of them is just way better than the other one is. Alright, time for the best song. I hope assuming they didn't fuck it up. What? No. Where's my chanting? You can't just be... It can't just be instrumental? Guys. No, they're like chanting something. They don't... There's no chanting to be done. They have to laugh at me. Come on, guys, man. This is the type of shit where I'm like, what are you doing, man? So many people have praised it because it's like, it's such a fuck you moment. No, I'm sorry, the original song's better, it's just better. Demon Souls is one of my favorite soundtracks in the history of all of video games. The Fool's Idol song still better be fucking creepy. And like sound almost like it's being played wrong. Or I'm gonna riot. They made it so much more generic by sanding off what made it interesting. God damn it. Alright, well, he's still the Tower Knight. But hey, there's pretty particle effects and that makes it better. He's making like sci-fi noises with his gun lance. Alright, let's fight. Oh! Wow, he drained my battery. I fucked up. Ow. Well, that was a fuck up. Not proud of that one. That was much more of a problem attack than I was remembering it to be. Alright. Oh, I like how with the new aesthetic for Souls, you can very clearly tell that it's soul energy leaking out, which makes sense because it's like a possessed armor probably. I think originally it was like steam, but I like this change because it's never established to be like a soul. It's never established to be like a steampunk armor or something. Why can't I hit it? I'll just do light attacks. Oh, I have to break both of them, don't I? Ow. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ow. Ow. It's a surprising amount of backwards range for a forward attack. There we go. God! Motherfucker. I just missed the window, didn't I? Yes! Oh, I missed. What a waste! No! Wait, him getting up made me fall over? How did that work? He's not happy with me. God, his armor is so noisy. Oh, motherfucker, his head's guarded. This is the worst case scenario. God damn it. I'm having horrible luck. Ow. I just almost died. I'm gonna die. 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 I should not be healing in front of him. Good! Okay, redo. This is not going super ideally. It's hard to hit him with this weapon, apparently. But also having really bad luck with his fucking... with his, him fall... I need to be careful what way he's facing. Ow. So if he faces the wrong way, he'll fall against the wall. Can you turn around, though? He keeps spamming his shield attacks, but his shield attacks don't make him turn. There we go. Ow. There we go. Here's some actual damage. Yeah. That knockback's weird, because he doesn't hit you at all, but it acts like he hit you. Whee! One last time. Ha 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 ha. Time to go jump off a cliff again. I do love that boss. It's kind of fun that the first two... This is a game that's known for its difficulty, right? And my experience with this game was that I couldn't beat this boss in 2009. Like, I couldn't do it. I gave up. I never beat this game until after I beat Dark Souls 2 years later, and then I came back and played Demon Souls. And there's famously the Yahtzee review on the zero punctuation review of this game, where he complains about like how hard it is all up to this point, the lack of checkpoints, and then there's a dragon that burns you upstairs, so you go downstairs because you're being sneaky, but then the dogs murder you and blah blah blah, and then you finally get through all that, and this giant super knight obliterates you, and it's not fair. God, I don't want to play a game where I bash my head against walls. And I didn't quite have that reaction. Like, I did think this game was interesting, but it wore me out. But he loves the Souls games now, so that review's really funny to look back at now. And it's it was kind of a universal experience for a lot of people, was to just get crushed by these first two levels. And so going back and looking at the franchise as a whole, then looking at these two, what has happened so far, what's really interesting is that this is actually a really gimmicky part of the game. And I don't think that's really a bad thing necessarily, but it's just interesting that that's the case. Like, especially these two bosses, but also this entire level. The first level was relatively straightforward, a Souls level, but the second level is this gimmicky dragon sequence that's the most of the level. And the first boss is the Phalanx, and the second boss is the Tower Knight. Neither of these are the famous Dark Souls boss where you lock onto somebody and circle strafe around them and you try to block or dodge their attacks, then get your hits in and so on. Like, they fundamentally work differently. If anything, they kind of show the Zelda roots to this franchise more than a lot of the other bosses do, because they're like these silly, weird bosses that you have to solve. And I think that's what's kind of interesting about Demon Souls in particular, is that as a franchise as a whole, and I love all of them, there's an element of like an arms race of difficulty. This idea that people constantly conflate the goodness of this franchise with its difficulty. Like, the difficulty is why it's good, which I've never really agreed with. I always figure that they're good. These games are good because they're these games are difficult because they're good. They're not good because they're difficult. Like, it's the choices that lead to them being so engaging that also result in them being difficult, because that's the level of engagement they want from you, and it's like the result of those mechanical expressions and so on. But it's not like like, making the game twice as hard won't make it twice as good, for example. Like, that's not the sliding scale. That's not how these things work. And I think part of what I like about this game in particular is that, and it's like, people like, I don't know, people have different reactions to everything, because I kind of have my two extremes. Like, I don't mind the fact that Dark Souls 2 is full of dudes in armor, because I think that there's like, that game got really good at a specific kind of fight, and then tries to do that kind of fight over and over again in different ways. Like, they give you a bunch of different dudes in armor to fight. None of them act like the other dudes in armor, so it's a bunch of different boss fights, and they really honed that style down to a fine point, to the point where it's basically the best that they ever got at exactly that kind of fight. This game's the exact opposite direction, where almost the entire game is a series of Zelda boss fights where you solve the fight. And there's going to be some really extreme examples later where, like, there are a number of boss fights in this game that are like, they're not a challenge on a technical combat level. If anything, the level leading up to them is supposed to do that. And then the boss fight is supposed to be this bizarre set piece that's completely different from the other bosses throughout the game in many cases. And it's just really cool. The boss fights are so fucking diverse in this game in a way that they'll never be again. Even in the best games that they've made. Wow, things look grim in the next place. I like the animated little screen here. The birds fighting over the misery. The fact that the fires and flags are animated highlight how still and motionless these landscapes have become. It's a contrast, bro. I like all the soul effects. I like the way that they render, the way that you come in and out of existence. Renowned hero soul, renowned warrior soul, unknown hero soul, unknown warrior soul. I'm not super worried about losing souls in the long term, so I'm just not going to worry too much about what these are worth. And we have the inner demon soul.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. I was worried sick.
We'll put away my crafting items, and also the boss soul.
We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf.
I try.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me.
Faith be mended.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
That's rough. There's such a direct benefit to increasing my health, but my freaking weapon damage is going up so slowly. I might level them equally. It'll go up faster eventually, but I don't have any weapon scaling.
I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
Oh, right. Oh, this is not high enough at all. Well, that was no damage. I'm too pretty and healthy. We have to fix that. Oh, it doesn't work if I don't make it all the way down. It is kind of nice and easier to get used to, the fact that your death mode in this game is just you being blue. Because in later games, your death mode is you being a, like, piece of jerky. And you're like, oh, my character I customized, he's Out of skin condition now. Wrong staircase. It's easy to mix these two up because they're right next to each other. But one of them is an inner loop that only goes up a little bit, and one of them goes all the way to the top. Yeah, that's how far I need to go to die. How far back did it rewind my body? Is that this? Okay, yeah, let's spend a moment looking at this. This is a problem, guys. This is a bloodstain. It shows a corpse. It shows a person's last moments before they died. There's 3 bloodstains on the screen. This is a bloodstain, which is where my souls are. As you can see, it's a slightly bluer color beam of light. It's just, that's not great. That's not great, man. Like, you need to be able to spot that on the fly. I think it used to have, like me, basically, like how I have all this aura around me. I think it used to have like a green, like sparkly mist that made it stand out like crazy, or at least I think most of the Souls games do. They made it so subtle, but it's a really vital piece of gameplay information that you definitely don't want to be able to be struggling to find. I technically should have. Yeah, actually, it's faster if I do. Hey, I can teleport between archstones without going back to the nexus. Technically, this is closer. I'm confused because I feel like I was supposed to get an item earlier and I didn't. So I'm gonna double check that. I'm getting stronger. Nope. Can't look up there. I'm pretty sure that body up there is supposed to drop a ring or something. Ow. Ah, fuck. Okay. Camera's not doing me a lot of favors right now. Guess I'm stocking up a bit. It's not exactly a high-risk situation as long as I don't drop off this ledge right here. Ah, I dropped the middle one. There's 2 chains, aren't there? I think that's what I did wrong. That was bothering me. Like, all I got was... There you go, the jade hair ornament. All I got was a set of clothes I can't wear. I'm like, that's not the sum total of what's there. I was starting to worry that maybe I, like, spawned it and then died and it despawned or something. And I permanently lost it or something. That would have sucked. Thankfully, it's an imaginary problem that doesn't exist. A plain jade hair ornament, of the kind worn by commoners.
That ornament, that belongs to my daughter. Then she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask a favor? Would you mind giving me that hair ornament? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter. You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I found it discarded on the main road. It might look ordinary, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
The Ring of Herculean Strength. Increases item carry capacity. I think this is less useful now. And Stockpile Thomas is kind of less of an emergency character than he was before, but this is the only Souls game that has a carrying capacity, which is separate from how much you can... how much you are wearing is still a limit in all these games, but how much you're carrying is not a thing normally. It's an inventory limit. And it just goes away, because it was stupid and annoying. In particular, I think in the next area, you can find the tower shield, and it's obnoxiously heavy. And so it leads to a problem where you're like, I can't pick this up, but I want it. And worst of all, once you interact with it, it's like, I'm going to disappear if you leave the area. And it's like, fuck, I know I got to find enough stuff in my inventory to throw on the floor and lose forever, just so I don't lose the tower shield. And like, there's a number of situations in this game where you can go over capacity. I think I've heard that this game now sends your stuff directly to the stash if you go over capacity. And that's good, because that was always a stupid feature. This isn't a survival horror game. Having a limit on how much you can carry is just kind of pointless. Like, it's not an interesting tactical choice to make. It's just a weird inconvenience that can screw you over for almost no reason. And you don't know, and it's unexpected because you don't know what you're going to find or how heavy it's going to be. And it's like, this isn't Resident Evil. Like, in survival horror games, a limited inventory makes you make tactical choices about what to bring with you and how many slots to keep open when you go from safe room to safe room and stuff like that. Outside of that context, it's kind of a pointless problem to introduce for no reason.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, don't you?
Ah, damn it. Should be able to get rid of those. Right, I think that's how they balanced this game. I think they made grass have a weight now, which is a concern. So I think that's part of why it was getting heavier. I think stuff like that starts to build up, and so it becomes a limit on how much you can carry overall. Get rid of all these, yeah, get rid of all these arrows. Ooh, that looks cool.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Don't let them take it from you. He says it weird in this one. Don't let them take it from you. It's like a weird even cadence, where each word is equally important, and he doesn't express anything specific along the way. Type AB, what does that mean? Oh, it's body type. Everything's left or right, okay. So the fluted armor is just better than the Blue-Eye Knight Curious, which is funny, because the Blue-Eye Knight is like this big scary dude you encounter, and his armor turns out to be just worse than yours, as it turns out. Yeah, there's something too stiff about it, like too upright. Something about it looks weird.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch.
You go in the stash, because you're heavy. Hey, you weigh like 10. Screw that.
Hello again. I'm keeping it close. If only something could be done to help him.
No, he's back to talking about the handmaid? I think that's her name. Not his daughter. I thought he was going to have dialogue about his daughter. That was a false assumption. Hello. Oscar. Just noticed you here.
Before the Blight, Boletaria was a grand kingdom. The king, his knights, and his subjects were modest and plain, but also steadfast and compassionate. I have spent much time in my studies in the cultured countries of the south, yet no country holds my heart as does Boletaria. But look at what has become of us now. I refuse to believe that this is what Father wished for our great land.
I get that you're biased because you're his son, but I saw that castle. There's nothing modest about your king.
Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the solitary hero. The two swords are Demon Brand and Soul Brand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The solitary hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the everlasting one, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, sometimes legends are all we have. King Allant led Boletaria with a round table of the bravest knights. The noble twin Fangs, Valifax and Bjor. Alfred, the Tower Knight. Metas, the Penetrator. And the brave tribesman Longbow Ulan and his fearsome legions. But today, Boletaria is an abysmal mess. Valifax was lost, and Bjor slipped through the fissure, never to be heard from again. All the rest, along with Boletaria, are either devoured by the fog or fallen afoul of the demons. The Boletarian knights are no longer. But perhaps our age will see the rise of new heroes, such as yourself. But perhaps our age will see the rise.
And that's it for now. He just straight up names a bunch of the characters we have and will encounter. Let's see how they're doing.